Hey y'all, what is up? It's good. Yeah, this is good. What is up, everybody? We are doing something a little different today. Am I zoomed in? Is this camera just that wide of an angle, or just... Oh. Yep, I was zoomed in. There we go. What is up? Oh God, it's fogging over. Struggle bus today, guys. It's a struggle bus. Okay, so I got some stuff I gotta talk about. There we go. Look at that, a light. Okay, so now that I got that situated, I got some stuff we gotta talk about. This is gonna be a different style video. I've done videos like this before, but this is gonna be more like a vlog and some random stuff in between, and I'm gonna kind of update you guys on just kind of everything I got going on in the shop right now. So that'll be the update on the balloon storage holder there, this Miata and my Miata. But in between that, I have to change the oil on the Mini because I am like 1,500 miles over. And I say 1,500 miles oil, I have the oil set for like 4,000 mile intervals, but to me, 1,500 miles over on a Mini is terrifying. So we're gonna get that pulled in, which is all the way down the hill. And we're gonna start the oil. I'm gonna show you how I do the oil change. We're gonna lift it up. I have some weird noise I wanna look at too. I can't tell if it's the brakes. Something sounds like it's grinding, or maybe I'm just freaking out. But we're gonna check it over anyways and go from there. So let me go get the Mini, and I'm gonna do a hot oil change because that's kind of how I like to do it. I have to dramatically go back and get it and then cut this scene so it looks like the Mini is just pulling in. I'll be back. Wonder how far this microphone picks up. Oh boy, I'm out of shape. Woo. Horsepower. All right, I might have to turn a fan on because this is hot in here. It is unbelievably hot. So I'm gonna turn on this giant ass fan here. Go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna get set up to do this oil change. I kind of just get my stuff from ECS Tuning. It's nothing crazy. It's just liquid moly, 5W30 moly gen, and the specific oil filter and stuff. But I like to use a siphon system here. And I like to do top only when it's hot. That way all the oil comes out. And I kind of also have to do an oil change on the freaking mower too. So it might just be a whole thing of oil changes. So feel free if you guys are bored just to like comment how much you're bored down below. I don't know. Let's get you guys propped up, and then I'm gonna check the oil level, see actually if I burned any, kind of look over some things, and then start the hot extract process. I'm really hoping that my handy dandy rag that every European car owner carries on them is still in here. Yeah, look at that. Okay, let's check this out. Ooh, it's hot. I mean, I literally just got done driving 30 minutes or so. Check the oil. See if I burn anything. See if my valve seats are still good. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. You might not be able to. I still have oil all the way up to the tip right there. So that's good news. Everybody says these things are hard to read. They're really not. So I'm going to set this up here, rest it, and we'll start the extract. All right, I have to use this generic siphon thing. I think I got it off of Amazon, but I'm just gonna kind of stuff her down in here, and it'll hit the bottom right there. That is flush. And we'll start pumping. Excuse me. All right, there we go. I'm all dirty and stuff. I forgot that I overfilled this siphon container, and I just had oil squirt out all over my legs. So I guess I'll be nice and lathered and lubed, so that's fun. Okay, so now that I'm letting that siphon, as you can see, the reason why I do it while it's warm is because the fluid is obviously a lot hotter and it's easier to siphon out. This fluid system works. It's hot, but when it's cold, it takes forever and it's just a long ass wait, and I don't like doing that. But looking over everything, it looks like I still have the proper amount of coolant, so that's good. I usually fill it up to here, it hasn't drained, which means I don't have a water pump leak, which is nice. And everything else, at least up top, looks decent. I don't see any leaks. Really, I'm just showing off my clean engine bay, but don't see any leaks or anything. We open up this to vent a little bit. Whew. Cooking, man. Cooking. Kind of set that right there. Okay. Another thing I'm gonna do too is plugs, but let's open the box up I got from ECS. Not sponsored, guys. I just buy stuff from them because really they have the better prices. And I do shop around. It just sometimes it's just easier after I've done math and stuff to just get it straight from ECS than it is to order at multiple different spots. But, oh, I forgot. I also did stuff for the trans service. So, we'll flip you guys around here. So, I get the Pure Flex filter here. This is the only one I recommend because it is the close to OEM. It's actually OEM brand. It's just not branded OEM, if that makes sense. It's what the OEM uses. But here is the Pure Flex filter with the O-ring. Then I'm going to do the transmission service because it's been about 30,000 miles and I'm a nerd. And then my liquid moly gen, ceramic coating and all that. And then the plugs, which I kind of noticed that it was like stuttering a little bit, and I think it's about due for the Mini's oil or Mini change interval. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. So we'll go back to over here and I'm going to pull the plugs and go from there. I should probably wait till it's cooler for that, but you know, we'll wing it. Okay, really I wanted to do coils packs as well, but I think these are gonna be fine. I don't wanna like just change something out that I don't necessarily need to. Whew, these are toasty, man. Ah, damn. Doing these plugs while it's hot was dumb. See if I can pull these out. Oh, no oil. That's good. I like to see that. More oil on this one. Oh. No oil on this one. Looking good so far, guys. And no oil on that one. Holy crap, those are hot. Okay, we're gonna let those cool off. I'm gonna get the tool and get the plugs out now. I'm actually gonna put this cap back on like this because I don't want stuff to fall in there that doesn't need to fall in there. Curious to see what these look like too, because they said, is this the right size? Oh, no, that's the Audi one. Dude, I kind of actually hope I have the thing to do the spark plugs, because... Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. There's that. That's weird. Why is that far one that tight? Oh. Okay. Oh, it wasn't that tight. I was just being scared. I built this car kind of just, I don't know, I've always wanted to build something and in a way that wasn't like racing. And dude, I love racing. And this thing, I really do love racing. But I never built something for myself, you know? I never built something that I can drive every day and kind of have fun with. And this is kind of where this car came from. So it's really just a labor of love at this point. And then I kind of just enjoy the process and sharing everything with you guys and all the stuff that I do. And it's just, I really do thoroughly like teaching people about random miscellaneous stuff that Minis and other vehicles have to offer. So it's kind of a nice little respite. And the thing is, I did really think about getting rid of this car at one point. And the more and more I mess with it, the more and more I like, if I do get rid of it, I really need to track it first, because that's kind of like my thing. So I gotta track it at least one time before or if I get rid of it. Now I gotta get some magnets here. Zoom you back out because you don't need to see all that nonsense. Let's pull these out now. Alrighty. Uh-oh. You guys see that? That plug kind of looks a little wet. That's cool. Not really. It might just be the valve cover or something, because this looks dry. Man, it's running hot though. I don't know if you can see that strip there, if I can zoom in. You see how it's like extra white right there? I don't know how I feel about that, but let's continue pulling these out. All right, so I haven't actually changed the plugs on this since new. So I'm gonna show you something, and I'm gonna show you how to read plugs and what it means and, you know, all that fun jazz. So this is an order from cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So we're gonna pick up cylinder 1 here, and we're gonna look at this, and I don't know if I can get this to focus, guys, so I really apologize in advance. I don't know if a light will help or. How to get this to read properly. Okay, so what I'm seeing here on at least cylinder 1 is this is for some reason very rich. You can see by this base right here being black, that is clear indication that we are running rich. And then if I'm looking at the strap here, it's hard to tell the timing strap. We're probably, see if I can get something pointy to point with here. It kind of looks like here, it's hard to tell. It looks like I'm getting burning probably to about here, which is kind of okay. It's about around, you kind of want it around here. You want the discoloration to be about like around a little above 50% of the pin there. Come on, right there. A little above 50%. I still think this one's running a little rich, but the timing seems to be okay. And we got some burning. Come on, sorry. We got some burning here. And it seems to be pretty down far on the stem, which usually you kind of want just like a little 2 millimeter of burning, and that kind of lets you know that, you know, it's right on time. But we might be getting a little bit of pre-ignition, but that could just be fuel quality. I don't know, I'm not too concerned with it, but the richness, that just seems to be maybe a safety things that newer cars have. So which means if I put a tune on this, I'll gain a little bit of horsepower. So cylinder 2, however, cylinder 2 you can tell is running a little hotter. The timing mark to me is a little too cold. It's a little too far up. Once again, like I said, inconsistency in fuel. This one's a little cleaner, but still rich. But the porcelain looks better on this one, so I'm kind of happy with that as far as timing goes. Not terrible overall. Cylinder 4, on the other hand, we're starting to see here. Come on. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this so you can see. Cylinder 4, we're going a little bit past on timing. I mean, we're getting a little too hot. We can probably afford to lose a little timing. And then you're getting some build up here. It's kind of clean. The porcelain looks good, and this one's actually running a little cleaner. So it's not as black. So maybe this one just needs a different plug. Maybe it needs a little more timing. I don't know. It's not terrible. Cylinder 1's a little more concerning. Cylinder 4, I mean, this is hot. I need to start paying attention to this. But it's burning more efficiently. So, not really sure why the plug would be running hot like that. I'm not sure if we need more timing, less timing. But this one's running hotter for sure. But if you look at the side profile looks good. It kind of looks like it's around here. I don't know. It's running fairly good. I'm not too worried about that. Cylinder 1 was more rich to me for some reason, but that could, there it goes. I'll show you guys a comparison here. This is cylinder 1, cylinder 4. You see the gunk on cylinder 1 right here. It's probably, it could have a valve cover leak or something like that. All in all, the car's not running bad, but that's just some idea that you guys can catch, that if like your strap is all the way over here, you're running a little too hot. Well, come on now. If your strap is kind of all the way down here, the burning mark, see how this was kind of 50%. If it's all the way down here, you're running too hot. If it's all the way in the front, you're running too cold, which, look at this one again, it might be a little too cold. The porcelain looks pretty good. It's not brown, it's not too white. White would be hot, brown would be super rich and pre-detonation. I don't know, I think we're fairly safe to say that the motor's in fairly good condition, but there's a little fun tidbit on how to read spark plugs. All right, so I kind of just went with some Bosches. Really, it's just kind of all I can afford right now. We're gonna get these put back in here, and we're gonna get them torqued down, hopefully not drop them in the cylinders. We'll get this in here. It's gonna be hot as shit. Yep, there goes that. There goes that. All these are pre-gapped, so shouldn't have to worry too much unless I smash the tip into the cylinder wall there. That looks pretty good. As if my eye holes are like, ow, it's hot. If my eye holes have like gap gauges built into them or something. I'm just trusting the manufacturer, which is probably not a good idea, but got this far on that, right? I'm gonna have to wait for the car to cool a little more before I start moving the coolant reservoir, because any of you guys know the mini filters are down here in this corner, and you got to take the coolant reservoir, move across the side to get any type of access to the oil filter, which is stupid, but whatever. I didn't design the car. And I definitely 1,000,000% torque all my spark plugs down in aluminum blocks because you don't want anything to strip or get stuck. So do that, please. All right, so we're gonna torque our motor down to 27 Newton meters, and I'm probably gonna lose you guys because my camera's overheating. There we go. I'm actually doing it a little less than 27 because it's hot. There we go. I don't want to over tighten these because the block is hot and I can't get these off. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to loosen this one a little bit. Like that, and then I'll retighten it because I don't trust that torque spec. Okay. All right, there we go. Now you put it all back together like so. I'm just kidding, I can't do cool edits like that. All right, since I can't have anything that seems to like not want to overheat in this garage, while you guys were overheating and stuff and had you on the bench, I lifted the car up and we're about done draining the oil. As you can see, when you let it sit and then you kind of just pump it again, you tend to get a lot more oil out of it. These cars are kind of weirdly notorious for having, these cars are notorious for the oil pan bolts to have a lip. So you kind of get like maybe a ½ inch of oil, if not an inch of oil, that just sits there dirty and doesn't make a difference. No, but it does to me. So that's about cooled down. I'm close to being able to, it's still a little warm. I'm close to being able to do the oil filter change, but since I have it in the air, we're gonna do the trans fluid, and then after that, and I button it up, we're gonna talk about every single one of the cars in here, what I'm doing with them, what the plans are, and what the plans are for the shop barn thing, and hopefully future plans for the channel here. But let me get this trans fluid drained here so we can get going. Okay, eventually, oh, okay. Eventually I'll have a lift, but I'm gonna start doing the trans fluid here. Break this loose. Oh fuck, maybe. Oh shit, okay. Well, I lied. Let me get a cheetah bar again. Alrighty. Kinda looks like I got a rear main seal leak going on, which would explain some of the clutch chatter I got, but I got this giant breaker bar, and I'm gonna try to break this loose. And I can't do it with one hand. Okay, eventually guys, eventually, I'm gonna get a lift. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wish I'd been recording that, because when that broke loose, I'm pretty sure I just sent my hand through the block and back on the other side, and it kinda hurt. But let me move back around. Oh, this is seriously tight under here. Whoa, back, Betty. All right. So, broke this loose here. There we go. Kind of allows it to, I don't know, breathe. Hopefully it doesn't spill everywhere because my luck today is it's just been messy. Okay, well, that fluid is deliciously clean, but we're gonna change it anyway because I'm a nerd. And I already broke the bottom loose. Oh, I left the freaking light in there. Oh, you silly goose. Oh! Oh, my Lanta. Ugh. Making a mess. Anyways, it's draining. A little dirtier than I thought, so it's a good thing we are changing it. All right, I'm hoping that you guys are getting some of this because I don't know what's going on with this camera right now. It seems to be like turning off and on and on and off, and I've never had that problem. And it's not too hot in here. Like I got both the fans going and stuff, but anyways, I got the trans fluid draining. I'm gonna let that drip. I think we're almost done with the oil. I think that's about as much as we're getting out of that. Which, I mean, that's about normal. It's usually around here. So, once that's done, I'm gonna remove this, get the oil filter that is down here in the dumbest location ever, and then talk about the stuffs. Oh, gotta rotate the tires. I gotta rotate the tires and I gotta check where the sound's coming from because there is a weird sound that is, I just gotta make sure the brakes are fine and then obviously rotate the tires and, you know, still rocking the winter tires and summer because I don't have money to buy summer tires and just... All right, so it's been a couple hours. Why did this zoom in? Oh, I touched it. Oh. Okay, so it's been a couple hours. I was waiting for the car to cool down so I can do the rest of the oil change. But in the meantime, I kind of already did one of the containers for the transmission fluid. Didn't really record it because it's kind of boring. But yeah, I mean, basically I'm just pumping this in here and trying to get fluid in. But yep, just kind of slowly do this until I can get that port all the way filled there. All right, so as you can kind of see there, it's dripping out. I'm gonna let that kind of finish flowing out, and once that's done dripping, I'm gonna plug in the plug there, and then we'll get on with the rest of the oil change. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's literally a drain and refill type of thing, so nothing too complicated. All right, so I got the oil filter changed and kind of topped it off with oil. I'm gonna let that sit for a second so I can check it before I top it off. Usually doing the oil change the way I do, with siphoning it out, letting it sit, siphoning it some more and all that, you can actually get a full 5-quart oil change, but we'll let it sit for a second. That way I don't accidentally overfill it. But I'm gonna actually start rotating the tires. Check to see if that noise that I was talking about, any metal on metal or whatever, see if maybe the brakes need to be changed, which I would highly doubt, but we'll check it off, see if there's anything loose, rotate the tires, and then go from there. All right, let's get these tires rotated. Like I said, once again, eventually I'll get a lift. These rear spacers are a pain in the ass because they don't really sit on the hub. So you gotta hold it extra tight. It's just kind of annoying. Hope you guys like this video. If you don't, like, let me know, because, well, I'm still gonna do them, whether it be my demise or not. I just want to do something a little more not install-y, I guess. Oh. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the brakes and stuff, and I don't know, man, everything looks fine. I'm not, to be honest, if you guys want me to do a review on these coilovers, let me know, but they work. I haven't been really impressed. This one, something's going on with the strut bearing up here, and I don't know, it's loose. So when you drive down the road, it's kind of got a little shake. I thought it was some of the control arm bushings, which when I did that, it's helped, but it's still got a vibration and it's kind of annoying. I don't know, eventually I'd like to get like some BCs or something, or Fortunatos, something to make this ride a little better. But for now they work. Everything kind of looks kosher. I don't really see any vibrations, and I don't see anything that would cause anything crazy. I'm assuming maybe I got something caught in the rotor, that noise that I was hearing, and it just kind of freaked me out, but I don't know. We'll see. Moving on the back. Oops. Moving on the back, those got freaking destroyed. That's kind of to be expected, but I need to get the sway bar bushings, and eventually I'm gonna do the Power Flex bushings for everything in the rear, and that'd be a fun video to do, so we can show you guys how to do like the Power Flex upper and lower control arms, the trailing arm and stuff like that, all those bushings, and Power Flex sway bar bushings, and that way everything is like super crisp and handles really great. But I don't know, I don't see anything crazy, so I'm gonna go put the tires back on and kind of head on to the next thing here. Okay, so I got the oil changed on this. I did the trans service, rotated the tires, got everything torqued down, reset the oil service interval, kind of the basic maintenance. I kind of want to keep this Mini going as long as I can. And like I said, if I sell it, I at least want to track it before I sell it. But I don't know if I'm going to sell it. Like it's hard for me to put that much effort and work, and I don't know, I kind of want other things. I mean, let me know, guys, should I sell this car? Let me know in the comments below if you think I should. If you want to see me track it first, let me know. But let's talk about the nitty gritty here, okay? This is the nitty gritty. As you guys know, my race car, it's kind of what I built my channel off of. It's been seriously neglected. And I see all my homies, and I see all the buddies, and I see all my friends and all that stuff. They're working on their car, and it's just like, I've been so caught up in life that like a lot of stuff has happened off the screen that it's just like, it's really put a damper on stuff, and I try to like be productive and stuff like that. But it needs a motor, and I gotta pull it, and I want to do the video to show you guys like the compression test, you know, all the stuff, the diagnosis, pulling it, I kind of want to send it off to Nap Motorsports, or I might have built it myself. I just don't know how I want to go that route. But obviously certain things do require some money, and that's kind of why it's on a standstill. And that's what leads me to want to do it myself, to save money and, you know, the learning experience, the showing you guys how to do it. But there's just a lot of stuff there. But I know I got to pull this. And the thing is with that, when I pull it, I'm one of those people that are like, well, if I'm in here, I might as well do this, and this. And that's part of the problem. But either way, it needs a motor, and that's going to be a video. And if you guys are super interested in that, please give me a follow, because it will happen. I'm not sure when I can do it, but it will happen. And, you know, if you really want to push it, leave a comment below and just be like, please do it. It might not change the time frame, but at least I know, you know. We're going to go on to Dez's car here. I don't know if you've seen a couple of my videos, that top was black at one point. I put a new top on it. It's still not 100% done. However, I am filming a video on that in between this. So whether you see that first or this video, I'm doing a full instructional video on how to put a new top, like reskin it and do all that stuff. And as you can see, it's kind of like not quite done. There's some straps and stuff here, but it's getting there. It's almost done. And once it's done, she can drive this a little more without having to worry if, like, it does rain, you know, water gets in it and stuff like that. And obviously I have like drop mounts for this thing. I have a shift kit to put in this. There's a lot of stuff I have to do to this car still. It's like I said, with life and stuff getting in the way, I feel like I'm failing myself in not filming and keeping up to date and, you know, making a history or a video journal for my later use. But it's once again on the plan. Now we go to the big one here. This balloon holder right here. This is the dealer car, and I call it the dealer car because it's the car that really almost steered me away from ever owning a Mini again. However, I got a really cool video planned for this. I got a bunch of specialty tools that I'm going to show you how to repair the footwell module pins by soldering new pins, diagnosing it, stripping the carpet, doing everything the dealer was supposed to do the first time, the second time around, so we can get this thing back on the road and we can save it and it can drive and, you know, maybe sell it off and stuff like that. Because honestly, I did so much work to this car motor-wise that it's going to be pretty solid once the electrical stuff gets done. And, or who knows, maybe I'll buy it from him and I'll use it as a daily driver so I can stop putting a crap ton of miles on this car. Because I've put in, on my Mini, I've probably put, with the job I have to do and the traveling I have to do, God, I don't know, like, it's got 100, almost 80,000 miles on it now, and I had it with 150. In the past year, I've put like 300 miles a day on it almost, if not more. So I love driving and I love putting miles on stuff, but sometimes there's like a limit of like, okay, I'm putting a little too many miles to be able to keep up with certain maintenance, but I don't know. We'll go from there. But I got 3 cars that I really need to just start working on and finishing up. And the problem is I got like distracted, ADD or whatever, and I can't pick and choose what I want to do. And the other big thing is this whole barn shop. I am so thankful I can get something like this. However, this thing is not functional right now. It's not laid out functionally. The flow is really uneven, and I got a lot of plans for this. I have to put that oil burner that someone just left in the corner. I'm thinking about moving like all the toolboxes and stuff to the back wall. I'm definitely gonna sell this insulation, do some spray foam, and eventually, like, I really want to lift. Like, it's something I've always wanted, and I just can't do it right now. But I need to plan for the shop to have a lift and organize it in a way to kind of like make it come to fruition, come true. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I kind of want the lift right here and the tools and like a wraparound like bench thing and just there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I just got to start doing it instead of, you know, saying I'm going to do it and not do it. But also, like, I have to give myself time, because I don't give myself enough time mentally to put forth effort into doing this, and that's a big problem of mine. And I'm working on not doing that, you know. And I'm doing these videos to hold myself accountable for the future me to look back and say, hey, you remember when I did that? But anyways, guys, I know this is not a normal video, and you know what? I want to start doing more videos like this to show that I don't just do parts installs. And it's not because I don't want to, because believe me, I love just like buying parts and putting them on and showing you guys and teaching you and, you know, reviewing parts that most of the time, none of these are paid for. Like I buy them myself. But I really want to do more than just that. I want to show you guys, like, you know, hanging out with the friends, putting stuff on their cars and doing stuff like that. And with that being said, I am very, very close to 1,000 followers, and I have a plan. It's not a big plan, but when I hit 1,000, I want to do something with my brother, my other brother, my brother from another mother, Desiree, and a couple of things. And I have a plan that involves kind of a game. And when we get 1,000 followers, I'm going to put that video out, and I'm going to make it kind of maybe a bi-weekly video and see where that goes, because I've always wanted to do something like that too. I just want to hang out with friends, and I just want to work on cars. That's really it, guys. I just want to share my experiences with you, hang out with the friends, build cool stuff, and just go drive on a normal budget that's not consisting of these guys that have like thousands and thousands of dollars to dispose of all the time, and just kind of show like this dude that goes to work 9 to 5, runs my ass off and just tries to make as much money as I can, and almost burn myself out just so I can come in the garage and do stuff like this. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe. If I know it's not my normal thing, but I just really wanted to do something different. Leave a comment below if you liked it. Let me know what other things you want to see. What is the first thing you want to see? Do you want to see me rip this motor out and be like, you got to do this? Because I know a lot of you guys are the OG Miata followers, and I know a lot of you guys want to see that, but like, let me know if you want to do this. I'm working on putting the top out video now. That's just a long process. It's just been very, very hard with the holidays and some of the family issues I was telling you about. And this one's just going to be a lot. That Mini, that's going to be a lot. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the new followers, and appreciate the love. And as always, we'll see you at the track. Not really. Maybe. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys. It'd be really awkward if I wasn't recording. I have to dramatically go back and get it, and then cut this scene so it looks like the Mini's just pulling in. I'll be back. Wonder how far this microphone picks up.